First, we've been hearing about APN terminals. Many people have been hearing about APN terminals. But just give us a brief history. When did you come to Liberia and your functions as well?
Thank you, Soba. But first and foremost, let me take a moment
Mm-hmm.
to extend our heartfelt season's greetings from the APM Terminus family, headed by our managing director, Mr. Clay Crane, senior management, middle management, and all of the employees and staff of APM Terminus Liberia Incorporated, to our customers, our partners and stakeholders, the people of Liberia, of course, the ELBC family.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a very, very wonderful season.
Mm.
All right, the APM terminal is part of a group of companies called the MERS Group, which is a Danish company. And the APM terminal, as part of that group, is involved in the running of ports and terminals around the world.
Okay.
And the APM terminal Liberia entered into a 25-year concession agreement with the Liberian government in 2010 in order to modernize the port facilities as well as run the port in a very modern and efficient manner.
Okay.
And this is basically about APMT in Liberia. We are here in doing that, mainly to add value, to bring value to the people of Liberia, because what we are doing is at the heart of the gateway to the economy of the Republic of Liberia when you talk about the free port of Monrovia. And being a key and strategic partner, I believe it is a great opportunity to be here to talk about APM terminal in Liberia and what we have been doing. But basically, let me just say that we would love to take the opportunity to explain to the Liberian people so that people get to know who we are, what we do over the time we've been here, and more importantly, in 2022, highlight some of those key things
Yes,
that
surely.
we
We'll
have
talk
done.
about that.
Thank you
Now,
so
did
much.
I hear you say 25 years of agreement?
That's right.
Okay. Now, so you are here for long, and you said your role or your mandate is basically to modernize the port
Yeah.
and help in running the operations of the port. Now, when you talk about modernize, let's look at 2022. How have you been able? What did you do under the 12 years ahead to modernize the port?
Thank you, Soba, for such a great question. All right, so just to highlight a few of the things that we've done and how it contributes to modernizing our port, developing our people, strengthening relationship with our partners and stakeholders, um, improving the ease of doing business at the Freeport of Monrovia, and how all of this supports the continuous growth of the Liberian economy. So definitely, if you put them together, we are holistically providing services that will help to enable the Liberian economy through innovative port services.
Okay. Now, do you care, Mr. Moore? We really want to get highlights from you. Yes, I know, like you indicated, you have 25 years to stay in our country. Uh, your mandate is to modernize the port, helping the operations of the port. But if we're to reflect, looking back on 2022, what are the highlights? How did you modernize? How did you run the operation of the port?
Thank you once again, Sober. Uh, I can recall back when we started in 2022, we did some investment to bring in reach stackers and spreaders. Those are basically port cargo and container handling equipment that will help improve our productivity and our handling capacity. We also embark upon the port automation and digitization. When I joined APM Terminals in 2020, we had a cargo release process, most of which was basically manual, and we thought to see how can we improve this process. And because of the manual nature of what we were doing, it caused a lot of delays, and most of the port users or people that took cargo from the port experienced significant delays. So we thought to see how we can use technology to innovate and to improve our working capacity there. And so the port automation and digitization has to do with working with all of the stakeholders in the entire end-to-end supply chain of bringing cargo into Monrovia and getting it out of the port to the end users. And so you have shipping lines, you have the brokers, you have the importers and exporters, you have the government agencies, the Liberia Revenue Authority, our key partners, of course, you have Ministry of Commerce and many more, that we all work together to make sure that those who bring in their commodity can have access to them in a timely and efficient manner. So the port automation means that each of these entities and stakeholders have their own respective systems that they use.
Okay.
And so how then can we make the systems to integrate, speak to one another, and reduce human interaction? And we develop
and cost as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Reduce not only cost but also time.
Okay.
Making sure that things can happen faster. And so this saw the integration of the systems, people integrating on the customs platform, which is the ASECUDA. And so you found that all of the stakeholders are inputting data and interacting with ASECUDA. So if you have a cargo you want to take, three things must be true. You have a delivery order from the shipping line that brought your goods, and then you have to declare and pay your customs duty before coming to pay APM terminal handling charges to get the goods out. Now, today, this process has been automated. Once you pay your duty at the Central Bank of Liberia after your declaration process through ASECUDA with customs, the system sends a notification to us, and that is receiving our system automatically without human intervention to remove the custom hold. And once you get your delivery from the shipping line, there's also an EDI message that comes and removes the shipping line hold automatically without human interaction. And when you go to the terminal to pay, you raise your invoice. It's an online platform. The system sends you an invoice within 5 to 10 minutes. You make your payment at the bank. They tell us post that payment. And upon posting of the payment, you see that the system generates and sends a receipt to you. You send us your bill of lading number and your custom reference requesting for your release, and we go into the system, check everything is okay, and that release is sent to you online. We have the customer's portal. Each customer have their account, and you receive your release documentation. You book a truck appointment, which is one of the things that we have done to innovate and improve the truck turnaround time, so that trucks don't stay in queue all day. Trucks don't take most part of the day just to make one trip or take a single container out of the port. And so with that appointment, the truckers can plan efficiently movement of logistics in the port. So today you see a truck who could make one trip within a day can plan to make 2-3 trips because it's now visible, it's clearly accessible online. And the aim is that you can sit anywhere at the comfort of your office or your home, even if you are on vacation, start and end your clearing process without physically coming to the port. All right. So that's just one or two of it. Then you have a partnership for bitumen. Bitumen is the material that is used to construct roads. All right, so we partner with a company. Their representative in Liberia is Iris Liberia that supplies bitumen from the Freeport, not just for Monrovia, Liberia, but for the Mano River sub-region, because bitumen is being supplied from here to Sierra Leone, for example, and for several of the government of Liberia road infrastructure projects that are currently ongoing. In the past, getting bitumen to Liberia in containers has been something that is very, very expensive. But now, with such a partnership, it makes it very cost efficient. And with the need for roads in Liberia, you can tell how significant this sort of partnership is. And of course, the port of Liberia and the terminal are good partners. So we have an agreement that the terminal will fund and get the vendors that perform the dredging of the Freeport of Monrovia, which is now complete, and of course pending the commissioning, at which time everyone, including the media, will get to know the significance of this initiative. The rice import facilitation
We'll
is
talk
something.
about that.
Yes,
We'll talk about that.
we will come to
Yes,
it.
we'll-
Just
we'll-
to just mention it as a highlight.
Okay.
And in developing our people, we have trainings. We have our own Lane Academy re-equip program for equipment users and operators. We also have functional training for the different departments, as well as STAs, or short-term assignments, where we send people for a short period of time, ranging from 3 to 6 months, sometimes a year, to go out of the country to learn, see what good looks like, what other practices that can improve our port that you can bring here to improve what we do. So this is just to highlight a
Okay.
few, in addition to corporate social responsibility.
Yeah,
that
sure.
we do.
We'll talk about corporate social responsibility as well. Now let's zero in on the issue of the automation you made reference to, the digital process. What did it cost? What sort of how do I put it? What's the energy? The resources, the effort put into that by the APM terminal.
Thank you very much. All right, so one of the things that enable us to do that, it's the support from our partners and stakeholders, because this is something that is cross-boundary or cross-border of what we do in the port, so as to not confine ourselves to say, well, we improve our process in the port and we are satisfied with that, but we make sure that how then we can extend this to other partners. And we talk to say, well, we need to integrate, but there needs to be improvement in our systems. And so we were privileged and opportune to upgrade our own terminal operating system called the TOS. It is Navis. We were first using the version 2.8, and we've upgraded to 3.8, which is the latest, greatest version, and we were one of the first terminals to integrate that in sub-Saharan Africa. That was a significant investment. Plus, before, during, and after this digitization initiative, we have worked extensively in training workshop for our stakeholders, not only them, but for other port users, our customers as well, because this sort of improvement, digitization, means that a lot of the normal processes as you know it to be will be changed, will be improved. And so the human capacity also had to be developed, because it doesn't make sense if you have an elite system that it's meant to deliver the highest quality service and return, but people don't know how to train. Yeah, they are not trained. And so we started to bring the stakeholders together, and we held several consultative meetings, technical meetings, and then training workshops, and we continue to upgrade the capacity of our customers and port users on a daily basis, even up till today.
Now, let's look at the value of what I know the training you conducted. It was somehow costly as well, and getting other expertise costly. What's the value of what you spend, basically to get the automation running?
Great. So I'll give you an idea so that it's left with you to put the idea of numbers to that.
To
But
do the calculation.
for example, if you were to put 50 persons in a room at, say, Mamba Point Hotel or Royal Hotel, provide for them lunch, and then make sure that they have facilities, multimedia, where you are having projection and presentation, and you do this not just in a day. You do this for, let's say, 2 to 3 times a week for 3 months. At the
For
same
3 months.
Yes, at the same time, we are doing internal training of our own people so that they know how to not only use these systems but also to educate the customers. Because, for example, a customer who may not be opportune to have attended a workshop
Okay.
may walk in and find out, oh, the process yesterday has been improved and we have this one. The employee or the staff interacting with that customer needs to have a basic understanding in order to answer his questions. And of course, it took us time. And when we bring in people to train our people, we have internal trainings that have specialists across the globe. And we look and we say, who are the best that can deliver the quality of training that we want? Okay. Wheresoever they are, we took on the cost of flying them in. We took on the cost of accommodating them here locally, if it is for 2 days, 3 days, or sometimes a week on end, to train our people. So that can just give you an idea of the cost picture that comes to that. And then when you talk about implementing system, in order to implement a software which is top tier or cutting edge technology, it comes at a great cost. And APM Terminals Liberia did not spare any expense, because as part of our mandate to modernize the port,
Okay.
this is definitely at the center of it.
Okay, that's good. Now you talk about the dredging, Mr. Moore. You said the dredging has been completed now.
Absolutely.
So what does that mean for the port?
Good. So, for the benefit of the public who may not understand what dredging is, when the water levels that is required for the ship to come in, it's significantly less as a result of sand or other sediment, debris, trash that settle at the bottom of the ocean within the basin and the channel of the port. It reduces the access to the port, and there is a great limitation for ships to come in. So from time to time, a couple of years, on a periodic basis, we need to bring in the experts, companies that are specialized in bringing specialized vessels and equipment that will go. The dredging process is that process of removing the unwanted sediment and debris at the bottom of the ocean in order to create a depth that will be conducive to allow us bring in larger size vessel. And this process has been completed.
Okay. Now, do you care, Mr. Moore, to give us an idea as to how much was spent for that?
Thank you very much. This was part of an agreement. I would not say, because I am not close with the authority.